Hi everyone, nice to see you again. I have a story I'd like to read. It's called Someone is Eating the Sun. Take a look at the cover and see if you can think where they might be in this story. It is written by Ruth Sonneborn. Let's see what happens here. One day, Hen was pecking around picking up corn when it began to grow darker. "That's strange," said Hen. "There's not a cloud in the sky. Why is it getting darker?" Have you guessed where they might be? Where do hens usually live? When she looked up, she saw something stranger still. A bite-sized piece of the sun was missing. "Goodness gracious," cried Hen. "Someone has taken a bite out of the sun. I must go and tell Rooster." And off she went, feathers flying, with a flippity flap and a flutter. Can you see the little bite-sized piece that's missing? Right there out of the sun. And there goes Hen rushing off. Rooster was standing on a fence, crowing as loud as he could. "Rooster, Rooster," called Hen, "something terrible is going on." "Don't bother me about it," said Rooster. "Can't you see I'm practicing? If I stop to talk to everyone who comes by, I'll never be ready for tomorrow's sunrise." "Well, you can stop practicing right now," said Hen. "There isn't going to be a sunrise tomorrow. Look up there." "Cock-a-doodle-doo," crowed Rooster. "What's happening to the sun?" "Someone is eating it," cried Hen. "We must go warn Duck." Why, it looks like it's getting bigger, doesn't it? Oh, no. And off they went, legs scurrying, feathers flying, with a flippity flap and a flutter. Duck was swimming in the pond. "Duck, Duck," said Hen, "something dreadful is going on." "Oh, don't bother me now," said Duck. "Can't you see I'm busy swimming? This is the only way I can keep cool on a hot day." "Well, you can stop worrying about keeping cool," said Hen. "This isn't going to be a hot day. Look up there." There's a duck keeping cool in the water. "Quack, quack," squawked Duck. "What is happening to the sun?" "Someone is eating it," said Hen. "We must go warn Pig." And off they went, wings beating, legs scurrying, feathers flying, with a flippity flap and a flutter. Pig was lounging in the mud. "Pig, Pig," said Hen, "something horrible is going on." "Don't tell me any bad news," said Pig. "Can't you see I'm trying to calm my nerves? Nothing is better for the nerves than lounging in the mud when the sun is beating down." "Well, you can stop lounging in the mud," said Hen. "The sun's not beating down anymore. Look up at the sky." "Eat," squealed Pig. "What's happening to the sun?" "Someone is eating it," said Hen. "We must go warn Goat." You see the bite's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? Look at that pig in the mud. And off they went, feet pounding, wings beating, legs scurrying, feathers flying, with a flippity flap. Do you remember? And a flutter. This is what they look like. Look at the pig. The mud's flying off of him, isn't it? Oh, and look who's looking right back there. Do you see? He's wondering what is going on. Why are those animals running by him like that? This is a very funny picture. When they come to a stop so quickly. Goat was munching grass at the top of the hill. Goat, goat, cried Hen, someone is eating the sun. What do I care as long as no one eats my grass, said Goat. This is the best grass I've ever tasted. You mean you don't care if there's no sun, said Pig. No sun, said Goat, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Look for yourself, said Hen. Wah! bleated Goat. The sun's half gone. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. Wah! Wah! As soon as Goat began to bleat, Pig began to squeal, Duck began to squawk, Rooster began to crow, and Hen began to cluck. There was a dreadful racket. That means a lot of noise. What are we going to do? They cried. What are we going to do? Why don't you keep quiet and watch the eclipse? Said a voice nearby. Everyone turned around. There was Turtle looking at them. Surely you don't want to miss the eclipse, said Turtle. It doesn't happen very often, you know. Only once in a great, great while does the moon come between us and the sun. And just think, it's happening now. The animals stared at Turtle in amazement. Then everyone looked up at the sky. Just a slice of the sun was left. As they watched, the sky got darker and darker. The slice of sun grew smaller and smaller until it disappeared. There in front of the sun was a black silhouette of the moon. The moon had come exactly between the earth and the sun. All around the farm, everything was dark and still. They were standing in the shadow of the moon. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Just as they were thinking that the sun was gone forever, a piece of it appeared. While they stood watching, the piece grew bigger and bigger. The sky got lighter and lighter. The moon was moving on, and the sun was still there. It didn't get eaten after all, did it? So glad. Hooray for the sun! Hooray for the sun, cried Goat and Pig and Duck and Rooster, jumping up and down. Hooray for the great, big, wonderful sun. My goodness, said Hen, no one ate it after all. Then off they went. Goat back to eating his grass. Pig back to lounging in the mud. There they are. Duck back to swimming in the pond. Rooster back to crowing on the fence. What do you suppose that hen is doing? Do you remember? And Hen back to pecking around, picking up corn with a flippity flap and a flutter. That was a really fun story. I really enjoyed sharing that with you. I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll see you next time, all right? Bye.